If you don't know, an old 2016 interview with Zohran Mamdani just resurfaced, and it is the last video he wants you to see. He's promoting his mother's Disney movie, Queen of Katwe, which, if you could believe it, he worked on as a dance advisor, one of the only actual jobs this man has ever held in his life. And to put this video in context, this is how Mamdani speaks when he tries to pass himself off as a legitimate mayor of New York.
The inequities in this city, the racial inequities, are stark. We are talking about findings that have shown that the wealth of a median white household in the city is more than $200,000, while that of a black household is less than $20,000.
And now, this is Mamdani in 2016.
But I mean, we also do, our showkees. We do our showkees in Kampala. But I mean, having a dance move to a song is a big thing, right? But I would say the Nigerians have really patented that. The Nigerians come out with a song, like Yemi Alade has a song called, what's the name? Kofi Annan. She has a song called Kofi Annan. Do the Kofi Annan. Now all my friends in Kampala are doing the Kofi Annan, right? So Ugandans, we don't really have as many dance moves associated with a song. But we will always dance. We are always dancing. That's the thing. The difference for me is, I'm from Uganda, but I also grew up in New York. In New York, you don't really, you go out, some guys are very hesitant to dance. If they're not grinding, they're just standing. In Kampala, you will just not find that. People are all dancing. Everybody's dancing. Men, women, and it's fantastic that way.
Now, of course, this is absolutely embarrassing. I mean, one does not just completely lose an accent in a mere few years. And it's not even the accent. It's his whole mannerisms, right? His whole physical gestures. They're completely different than how he tries to pass himself off today, right? So I'm having a stroke even just trying to do that. So which is it? Which is the real Mamdani? Well, according to his defenders, they're already out there calling this, quote, code switching. Are you familiar with this term? Code switching, meaning they're saying that marginalized people, of course, they've always got to make him the victim. They're third worldists. That's what they do. Marginalized people naturally shift how they talk depending on who they're around, depending on who they're talking to. Except, of course, this wasn't a little twang creeping in, right? That was a fully committed acting performance sustained for an entire interview that even Fox News columnist David Marcus said was just too polished and too deliberate to be some kind of accidental cultural reflex. This wasn't Hillary Clinton getting a little southern drawl when she's in Arkansas. You remember this?
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Or how about the one and only patronizing AOC?
We cannot afford to leave Tennessee behind. We cannot afford to leave Kentucky behind, Alabama behind, Mississippi behind, Georgia behind, South Carolina behind.
South Carolina behind. We can't leave South Carolina behind. I mean, those were cringeworthy enough. Those were patronizing enough. But what Mamdani pulled off there in that interview, that was theater at its finest. That was a literal theater kid. Those are his words, not mine. That's what he calls himself. That was a theater kid putting on a whole character in front of the cameras, in front of that interviewer. Now, as it turns out, we're increasingly learning that Mamdani does appear to be a man of 1,000 masks. This isn't the first time we've seen wildly different versions of Zohran Mamdani. So, for example, when Border Czar Tom Homan showed up back in New York months ago, back when Mamdani was an unheard of nobody, he pulled antics like this. So that's the face of the furious, screeching, red-in-the-face, radical left-wing activist protesting ICE. And we could put that next to the cool, hip, smiling African choreographer from 2016. And both of those personas stand in stark contrast to the physically stoic, measured, calm, always smiling demeanor as mayor. So which of those three is the real Mamdani? The furious protester, the chill grinning mayor, the guy doing a Bollywood bit on the radio? The answer is none of them. You see, we're beginning to get reports that behind the scenes, Mamdani is a thin-skinned, hypersensitive, pampered, trust fund baby narcissist. A bombshell New York Post report interviewed more than a dozen elected officials, consultants, political insiders, all Democrats, describing the real Mamdani. And it's nothing like his smiling online persona. According to these sources, the real Mamdani is defensive, he's weak, he's easily offended. In private, he huffily badgers his critics who dare question him publicly, and he harbors petty grudges against prominent politicians, and he's scared to death of bad press. One Democrat insider said Mamdani treats anyone who crosses him with a, quote, cold demeanor, terse, clipped, nothing like his usual smiling self. And get this, another Democrat operative revealed that Mamdani has been known to hold grudges against whoever challenges him publicly. So this isn't a servant leader. This isn't a guy running his own city government like some kind of Gandhi. No, this is a guy running his own city government like a petty junior high popularity contest, freezing out anyone he doesn't like, who doesn't kiss his ring.